So I always say, don't let perfectionism stop you from actually taking action. Today's episode, I am doing it from my car. I do have good audio sound, but you'll hear some backdrops of the car. Like, literally come to this podcast episode with me driving my car. And today I'm going to do a really quick, impactful episode on navigating change. So change can happen in many different seasons of life. I was going to the summer, it depends what kind of business you have. It may be busy season if you're in the bridal industry. It may be slower season depending on what type of business you have. Or it may just be running the same as always, or higher demand during this time of summer, which is the sun and people are traveling and camping. And we have Memorial Day weekend coming up, and I want to acknowledge all of the people and families that serve our country, because it is something very meaningful to me. In a very personal level. So I'm so grateful for that and thankful for their sacrifice and, their lives and their time and being able to have freedom of speech in this country. And with that, let's get to it. So change is going to happen in life. And right now I'm going through some big changes in not just life, but also in business. And so today's episode, I really wanted to just have a real heart-to-heart conversation on navigating change and how can you make the unpredictable things that will happen in your life be something that can help you to grow. So first, remember to acknowledge a feeling. I think it's so important. I am not toxic positivity up in here. I try to look at my glass half full, but I am human and sometimes I will lose it and I will cry and I will be a hot mess, and I need to allow myself to do that because I am a human being. So I want to acknowledge that sometimes part of navigating change is you're gonna lose it, and it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be have your pity party if that's what you want to do, or to just acknowledge what you're feeling and feel it. Okay, and maybe feeling it means that you're gonna be posting less that week. Maybe feeling it means that you're gonna be doing less episodes during that time, or you're doing less videos, less content, whatever that means. That you're allowed to feel. You're allowed to be a human being. The second thing is be persistent, and it's time to get up and do the work. Honestly, I haven't gotten this far in life, and I'm not that far in life either, or in business. But there's one thing that I do think I've done very well is being persistent of hey, I may be going through difficulties or obstacles, but I'm going to get up and reinvent myself or pivot. So be persistent. Persistency is such an important trait in life and business, because life is full of change. Business is full of change. Think about it. 20 years ago, we were watching commercials on TV all the time about what to drink. And, how many of you guys remember, whether you drink alcohol or not, I remember the Corona freaking commercials at the beach with a little jingle, they had a special jingle. And Coca-Cola, they had their bear, they had their, Christmas bear during the holidays. First it was Santa, then they switched to the bear, so all this stuff is iconic, but we do not consume nor do we do business like we did 20 years ago. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you're going to need to be persistent and understand that change is inevitable. So change is going to happen whether we like it or not. So the more that we can become friends with it, the better. Now, this may sound really harsh, but I really want to let you a little bit into a little secret of mine, and it's that I got diagnosed by my therapist. I have some type of diagnosis with I struggle with change, just in myself. I forget what it's called, but I don't do change well. Okay, for a person that changes and pivots a lot, I actually don't do well personally, but I've had to learn the tools and come to terms that change is going to happen whether I like it or not. So all I have control is of my, how I feel about it. I'm allowed to cry about it, but I need to be persistent to be okay, so now what can I do about it, right? So part of being persistent, so part number 3 is take action. So you're going to be going through a change. What actions can you take? I was listening to an episode today, whether you like him or not, Gary Vee. He said this, and I really love this. So he was talking about how last year he didn't make as much money as he should have for the business, but he's taking some really big actions in investing in a lot of things. And he knew that was going to cut his profits in his business. And he was saying how happy he is that he does not have to be a public person, a public CEO to tell people what he's doing or why he didn't make enough money. And I really love this in the sense that sometimes we feel we need to share everything with our audience, or like we need to share everything about our business, and we don't. Right now, I'm currently navigating a season of change, and the only people that know about it are the people closest to me that can be affected by it directly. Other than that, I'm keeping that to myself. So it's not about keeping secrets. It's honestly like you're allowed to keep shit to yourself. Like you do not have to be sharing every single change that you're going to be doing in your life, or you're going to be doing in your business, or maybe right now you don't know what's next, right? You're allowed to have a season of like, okay, I need a couple of weeks or a couple of months to think about what action I'm going to take next. So I'm just going to be like in this season of taking it all in. So you're allowed to do that. So make sure that you go ahead if you're going through a season of change, that you are persistent, that you are taking action to what is next. Change doesn't always come with a clear map. And I really wanted to emphasize that, because even going from a from a salon assistant to a booth renter to a like part-time renter, which I share a chair with somebody else. I've had my own salon suite, to having my own mobile salon, to going on site without the mobile salon as well. Like my business has changed so much throughout the times, and I feel like it has not been easy. And there's been seasons where I don't know what's next. Like I didn't know the mobile salon was really going to become a thing. When I went into my salon suite, I thought I was going to be there forever. And I always laugh because my clients hated that salon suite. But I loved it. I wanted to be there forever, but they did not. They didn't like it. So, it's just different things. Like, I want to share that with being raw and authentic with you, because we don't know what's next. I remember 2020, it was when I was in my educator era, and I did not know that was going to stop. I did not know I was going to stop getting income from going to hair shows and being paid to go to hair shows and teaching and stuff. All that stuff, like as soon as it started, as soon as it stopped as well. So there's been so many seasons that even you have navigated. We have navigated together through 2020. So think about that. Think about how much change you've been able to adapt to, and that it's okay. Like we don't need to have a plan of what's next, but we do need to continue taking action. And by that I mean continue putting out your content. So somebody told me this week, and I wanted to share that with you. She said to me, but you are so far ahead, and I think like we are just starting. And I want to really emphasize that I am not more far ahead than you. I may have been doing this for years now, like 7 years, going to 8 years of creating content and stuff. That doesn't make me ahead of you. If I am not being consistent, I can't be ahead of you. Literally, you could have decided, you know what, Celeste, after this podcast, I'm going to post every single day nonstop for the rest of the year. And you probably will have you're going to be getting close to more posts than I do, right? So I am not ahead of you. I'm here with you. We're navigating this journey together. And I think it's so important that you allow yourself to go through a season of change, and that may look different for you than it does for me. So don't judge yourself, and be willing to try new things. So I really hope this episode, it was short and quick. I just arrived to my destination. It really helps you. Remember, we'll navigate through change differently. Embrace those feelings, be persistent, take action, and continue showing up online or on your website or on your business, or talking to your clientele, connecting with them throughout the summer. I know this is a season of change for everybody in different ways, whether more work, less work, or the same amount of work. But be consistent. It doesn't have to be perfect, and perfectionism stops us so much. And I wanted to do this episode to show you that, hey, I literally recorded a podcast episode from my car rather than not doing it, because I'm super busy, not just with work and planning for my upcoming weddings as well, but this weekend is my daughter's birthday and we're taking a trip. So that's what she wanted for her birthday. So a lot of things have been coming up, and life has happened as well. So with that, so much love, and I will see you back here next week. Bye, love.